Alright, I think we got it. Alright, everybody. Hope everybody can see me. If you can, I apologize. Alright, today is August 20th, 2019. I'm giving everybody an update on the September 8th. I know a lot of people have been asking me about it, and I've been putting Ryan Daggett's, Melissa and Jesus Delgado's son, that we're going to be running for. I just talked with JD Walker and Andrew from over at Goalie, and we will have the Goalie ride with Honor truck, Golden Warrior, I believe it's its name, the truck. And as we get different things that are going to be following us, putting in there, the plan right now is to go up in the arse lane, run 5 miles, bike 5 miles. I'll be doing some type of a swim, but people can get into this also if they want. It doesn't cost nothing. Just come on out, have your cameras on, keep them live. And what we're trying to do is we're going to try to send everybody over to the GoFundMe page over on for Ryan Daggett, which is up on my Facebook right now. So we're trying to raise about $5,000 for the surgeries and everything. And if y'all know Jesus, he's had a lot of medical issues and everything from Iraq and stuff like that. He's a Marine. And what I just want to do is we're going to try to raise awareness and raise money. But the whole idea is, and I'm putting the course together right now, is to basically do the ride, bike, and stuff. But the biggest challenge is the Reaper Challenge. And what the Reaper Challenge is going to do, and I probably have enough for about a bunch of people, and we can get more if we need to, is we are going to then get over to the Illinois Veterans Home, probably going to go up over the bike path and the new bike paths and running paths, and we're going to come up to the back of Illinois Veterans Home. And then we are going to, I'm trying to get a dunk tank right now of some sort, and we are going to then, there's always got to be that one thing that gets people to tune in. And so what we're going to do is we are going to eat Carolina Reapers. Now I had one of my buddy Drew Ernst asked me, he's going to be in St. Louis, so I may have him doing a live feed down there with it up on the TV, or we'll have something outside. You know, rain or shine, we're going to do this. It doesn't matter, okay? This is not something that, oh my God, it's raining outside. When people have disabilities, when they're sick, when they have Alzheimer's, when they have muscular dystrophy, when they have cancer, when they have AIDS, when they have Alzheimer's, autism, when they have all these different things, it doesn't matter what the weather is. It doesn't matter what's going on. What matters is they're in pain, they're hurting, they're forgetting, you know, and we need to be aware of all this stuff. You know, we have wonderful people that put together the St. Jude's Run. We have wonderful people, you know, that are getting wildlife, wetlands and everything down in the Quincy, Mississippi River area, wetlands, Mississippi Valley Hunters and Fishermen. They're doing a lot of great things for wildlife. And we're always trying to prevent PTSD with Marines and everything else, and military in general, Army and stuff. And the problem is, it's a community. It's not military. It's the community that brings all this together. And so what I did was I'm putting on a run and jog also. If you want to run and jog the course, you can. I'm going to try to get some horses and stuff in it too. So everybody's like, why? Well, there's a bunch of stuff that I do I'd like to recognize as I'm going through all this stuff, with making a challenge with it. Kind of like when we're kids, we're putting up our Lego system. We have the G.I. Joe man here, and we have our big Tonka trucks over here, and we have our sister's Barbie dolls over here. No jokes, Mike. I know which one's going to say a joke since I said Barbie dolls. You know, we play with everything, and then all of a sudden we want to have that ultimate, you know, like the Avengers movie where, you know, you have the Avengers Endgame where everybody comes together. Well, what I like to do is I like to show all the different things I do, because we don't deal with politics. We deal with community. And I've got a community of Marines and Army and Navy and Coast Guard and Air Force that have been brothers and sisters to me, and they're all over the United States. So I'm finding a way to bring all them part of it also. And then, you know, we do everything from the soapbox derby, special needs kids, to the new Masters car coming up. So I'm actually looking at one of the challenges that, as we do run the 5 miles and we bike, is we're going to have to push like a couple of the soapbox derbies and the special needs car, so that we raise awareness for that. And all of this is so people will go to the GoFundMe page for Ryan Daggett and bring awareness to what's going on in this awesome community, and try to bring a lot of this stuff all together from people that have done nothing but help. You know, the Quincy Bike Club, they did the midnight ride across the across the river, you know, where they ride back and forth across the river, and they do these bikes. And the bike group, you know, they're just made up of a lot of great people. And I'm going to get them on by. Larry Swick's got a team of people that run cross country all the time. You know, we've got Notre Dame, we got senior high, we got all these different things going on in Quincy that people are asking, how am I going to put it all together? I don't know. It's just going to come together at the very last day, and whatever works, works. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. And I may actually start in Quincy, run up to Marceline, go down to the bottoms, go through Ursa and Mendon at several of the places of people that always help us out and everything with different things to show our love and respect for them. Go across the bottom road into going up maybe over to Sheridan or whatever, or wherever pool I'm going to swim at, you know, and then take a course and get on the end of the trail that's kind of going around Quincy right now, go through Bob Mays Park, coming up through Cooks Lane, up through Bob Mays Park into the bike trail, and then head on over directly to the Veterans Home and go on the backside of the Veterans Home where they're having the lug nuts at, and then have the dunk tank and everything ready to go for anybody that's going to do the challenge with me. Now, anybody can do one obstacle of the challenge, or they can do the entire thing. And a lot of people ask, why are we doing this? Why am I doing this? First off, I'm doing it because people every day hurt from their illnesses. Every day they struggle. You know, we see people getting ahead that, you know, when you see somebody else, they're trying so hard. And I just want those people to know never to give up, that there's going to be somebody out there. Yes, I'm doing this for Ryan right now, but I'm going to try to bring awareness to all the other groups in Quincy and how great my hometown is. Everybody always wonders why my hometown is so great and why I know so many different people in the hometown, and why, you know, I always ask forgiveness for my past, because we've all made mistakes in the past, and I would never change my past for nothing, no matter what anybody thinks, is because it got me through some of the hardest times when I was like over in Kosovo, and when we were in the middle of the desert, we're up and doing cold weather stuff, and when we're in the Marine Corps, and, you know, even coming home and some of the darkest days when you got businesses and you got people all over the place just trying to be negative and stuff, you know. Some of my past actually, which some people would think is a negative, is actually a positive for me. But then I see somebody like Ryan Delgado, or Ryan Daggett. You know, I grew up with Andy, and me and Andy have been friends for many years, and, you know, he married Melissa, and granted it didn't work out very much, but they're two great people. And then I found out one of my best friends, Jesus, married Melissa later on, and Jesus has his own struggles. He has his own struggles in mind and body, and I love him to death, and there's not much we want to do, but a lot of people don't understand PTSD and stuff. So we're also trying to bring awareness with PTSD. Hold on, turn my alarm off. I gotta go get Grace. All right. And so what we're trying to do now is bring awareness to the Veterans Home, bring awareness to all the different groups in Quincy. Charlie Ledbetter is in charge of the 20-year anniversary of Lug Nuts, and I wanted to do something special for that too, because they also, for one of the cars over at the Lug Nuts, I hate locusts. There's a locust on my camera right now. They have an award for my cousin Paul Steinkenny, who I grew up with. He's a year older than me. A couple years back, he got in a car accident and he died. And you know, and he was never military. His brother Pete was, and they owned Delta Tire and everything else. But it's one of those things where they honor my cousin with a car award because he was big into cars and everything else. And then later on, you know, I mean, before, when I was a kid, I had a good friend named Jeremy Fletcher that died of bone cancer, and we all graduated with him, you know, and everything else. And everybody's like, they always hear me talk about these people that died and everything else. And just recently, we lost Adam Ketters and Paula Shelley. We lost one of our friends in the Marine Corps by the name of Branch, you know, on a motorcycle accident. You know, we have guys every day committing suicide. I try not to bring up their names because it was wrong for them to do that, and I don't want to say their names, but I love them to death. And it's guys and women, and it's people are struggling with depression in my hometown, but they wanted, I need the people to know that they matter. And a lot of people are like, okay, so you just go out. No, whenever I go out and ask money, I'm willing to put myself out there first. And one of the things I also do is I use part of my sales whenever I do wills and stuff, and whenever I help people with their wills, and whenever I do legal and everything else, I actually put up part of my sales, no matter where I'm at in life, to give back to the very things that I volunteer for. The Marine Corps League, I'm the senior vice commandant over there, and we just gave away a saddle and stuff to the Quincy Saddle Club. Sorry, Quincy Saddle Club. And Diane Botts Fraser, she was wonderful at that, and we got out there, and they do all this roping. But it's funny is because what we are doing with the Marine Corps League is we're bringing groups of people together that normally wouldn't be together, and they're having a great time. Opposites always attract. If you do something non-stop and you love it, but then you go around something else, like maybe race cars or something, and you're not used to that, it's something different and fun. You get around a play or an activity. There's a lot of people I know that do theater in Quincy, and the Quincy's Little Theater is awesome. But why am I doing this for Ryan, though? Well, there's a lot of reasons. One, I know Ryan just turned 14 years old, and I lost my mom of cancer when I was 11. And it doesn't matter who else I lost in my life or anything else besides for my grandpas and stuff. But the whole point is, I lost my mom. But I was blessed with my daughter, who I'm about ready to go get here in a minute. And she was a healthy young baby, and I was blessed with her, and she's growing up big and strong. And I know that, kids have challenges and they have obstacles. And I like to give back for the blessings I've had. Not because I have to, but because I want to. Because I want people to know that they are not any different than my daughter. They just have to do things a little bit differently. And I want to make sure that they have the tools, the resources, and the money to do that. And if I was a millionaire, if I was rich or something else, yeah, sure. But even then, even the wealthiest person in the world cannot give to everybody. There's just not enough to go around. But if, as a community, if every community sticks together and comes together and talks good about each other and really forgives each other for stuff they've done in the past and then keeps working to strive to be better, we have stronger communities. And that's what I'm trying to do right now. I'm trying to show that no matter what anybody's ever done in their past, you're welcome to come out. You're welcome to help out with this. And I'm doing it for Ryan, to raise money for Ryan Daggett, and you can go to the GoFundMe page. But it's more or less about the community. It's more or less showing people in the United States, look, we don't care about your dang politics anymore. We don't care about you. What we care about is each other. What we care about is protecting our families, making sure there's enough food on the table. What we care about are our neighbors, okay? We don't judge people in my hometown for the color of their skin, their religion, their race, their culture. I mean, I had somebody the other day sit there and tell me about history and how it's always written. I'm like, I don't care. What I care about is that my next door neighbor is okay. What I care about are the people in nursing homes, are having people come visit them. What I care about are those military men and women know that they're loved and they matter and they have a purpose, and no matter what they've been through, we can get to the end together. And I guess with Ryan, it's just one small tip. I mean, it may not make a difference to everybody what I'm going to do, but it's going to make a difference to one person out there. And I'm not going to know who that person is. It's the old starfish analogy, A little girl and her dad were walking across the beach one day after a great big storm the night before, and all these thousands and thousands of starfish were up on the sand. And it's funny is because she's not a starfish. How can she understand a starfish? They just look at like a creature right there. However, this little girl who has a different perspective than her dad starts going around and throwing them back, winging them back, getting them back in there and everything else. And the dad just starts laughing, rolling his eyes at her and everything else. Yes, I'm adding to the story. And he kind of looks at her and goes, what are you doing? She goes, oh, I'm trying to say. He goes, you're not going to make any difference. You see all these starfish out there? You're not going to make a single difference anywhere in the world. And the little girl looks right at the dad and says, it made a difference to that one. So I can't raise money for everybody and I can't help out everybody. But I can make a difference for one, and if somebody else makes a difference for one, maybe it'll catch on. And maybe it already has caught on. And when you come from a beautiful community like mine, Quincy, Illinois, and you live around some of the greatest neighbors in the world, and you have some of the greatest friends in the world, and you grew up with some of the greatest people, and even though we all make mistakes, and we all had those childhood, did those stupid decisions and stuff, in the end, we all can come together and make sure we're protecting each other, make sure we're protecting our kids, and making sure people are mentally and physically stable to get through life. And that's what we're doing this for. And so the GoFundMe page for Ryan, we can hit that goal. We can hit any goal we set. But then after we do that, we're gonna try to do things for other people too. I don't care what it's about as long as 100% goes to the cause. Okay, there are some groups out there that they take because it's like, no, every group I'm part of, from the Marine Corps League to everything else, 100% goes back to the cause. And this time it's going to be for Ryan, and we're going to make awareness of other causes. And while I do the run, I will be talking live while I'm running. And we'll see if I can ever run out of stuff to say. So anyway, I got to go with my daughter Gracie. Hope y'all are great. Go look at the Ryan Delgado's GoFundMe page. Now this is what I'm going to ask you. I'm looking for people to run with me. I'm looking for people to ride bikes with me. I'm looking for people to jog and walk and skip. I'm looking for people to help along the way. And we have to do this as soon as possible because it's going to be September 8th when we do it. And I hope to get started around 5 o'clock in the morning. But the thing goes all day long. And so I'm hoping that whatever we can do together. So email me, send me information, send me an inbox, whatever. But we're going to do this together because I believe in Ryan and his health. I believe in his family because they're good people. I believe in my community I believe in the lug nut show that money goes back. I believe in the veterans. I believe in the people that have depression. I believe that everybody matters. I believe that we need to stick together as a community. I don't care what somebody's political preference is. I don't care what somebody's sexuality is. I don't care, who you marry or what you do. I don't care about that. What I care is that you're safe, that you feel good about yourself, that you are okay. I do not care about safe spaces. I do not care about safe closets. Get rid of those, because guess what? All we're doing is making ourselves a little oversensitive. And you're right. I don't care about that crap. That's something new and stupid. We have to work together. We have to get our hands dirty, and we have to work for what we need. We need to protect what we need to protect, and we need to do it now. My name is Jeffrey Jansen. I will give you guys all an update. I got to get my little girl, and I'll talk to everybody soon. Bye now.